Hello and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, the Bitcoin chart shows a red candle as we're heading to the daily and weekly candle close. And yeah, it is possible that the price has topped there in white wave 2. I mentioned in previous updates, we have a bearish setup there, okay? And especially with that B wave to the downside, the bulls will have it more difficult to follow through. So obviously nothing's happened really. I mean, we are still below the last high, still above the last low, but that red candle is an indication that the wave 2 topped there in a running flat, okay, in which the B wave went below the low of the wave 1 and in which the C wave doesn't have enough, let's say bullish momentum to break above the A wave high. So resistance did hold, and the market seems to be selling off. That would be further confirmed that we're now in the third wave to the downside with a break below 62,460. And then we can now also add some targets for the third wave, assuming the wave 2 could have topped. Obviously, it takes a break below the B wave low to confirm that further. Let me zoom in a bit. And obviously, again, you see downside pressure, downside pressure, downside pressure. We've been making lower lows, lower highs. This could still, of course, sort of morph and transform into something different. The potential is definitely there in case that happens. Let me just move the resistance area a little bit to the right because that will be relevant still. It really takes some effort from the bulls to fight that bearish setup. And as I mentioned in the previous updates, it takes a break above the $66,400 level, which is the 78.6 retracement, to further confirm that we are actually, fighting that bearish setup and that the bulls are actually motivated to fight that bearish setup. So that level needs to break because, sustained break, a wick is not enough. So we need a sustained break above 66,400 and a break above the, what I have labeled here as B wave high or wave 1 high in the yellow count. A break above that 67,380 level would be further confirmation for the bulls that they are taking the lead, because that would also invalidate formally this 1-2 setup to the downside. So we'll see what happens now. I mean, the levels are clear. We need a break below that B wave low to confirm further that top is in. And if we see that and the price then also breaks below 61.2K, then we can look at third wave to the downside targets, okay? And what are they? I mean, the way to measure them is we take the length of the wave 1, which started here around the 23rd of April. We go to the low of the wave 1, which bottomed here on the 25th of April. Then we go to the top of the wave 2, and then targets third wave, 1.236 extension is the bare minimum. That's at 58,968. Ideally, the third wave would get to the 138 extension, so 138%. That means the wave 3 is 138% as long as wave 1. And that level takes us to 58,370. And then a fifth wave should ideally get to the 1.618 extension at 57.4K. That is also good overlap with 57.5K, which is one of the larger degree Fibonacci levels. So there is downside potential there. Looking at the detailed wave count, it's possible that this here was like a 1-2 of that third wave. And now we are moving down in the third of a third. We'll see how that goes. I mean, this is actually a bit too small to be wave 1 of the larger third wave. So we'll see how that all comes together. But overall, I mean, there is certainly not enough upside pressure. I mentioned in the last video today that this move up looked corrective. So possibly as part of a C wave, or maybe it's even a WXY, because this doesn't really look like a 5-wave move up. So the potential is still there for it to morph, but the downside levels, I think, should be clear. And also to the upside, that 66.4K level that needs to be taken out for the bulls to successfully fight that bearish setup, that's clear as well. At the moment, as long as we are just sort of, not breaking into any direction, I think there is a lot of potential still for this to morph. I mean, this correction was extremely horrible in terms of micro counting because the correction transformed so frequently. Well, on the micro level, I mean, to a degree, we shouldn't even really count those microstructures, but I still like to show them. They are just, they should just not try give you, or just don't assume that they are certain or anything or highly predictive. Not on the like 15 or 30 minute charts. Still though, I want to help you understand what's going on and what my latest view is. That's my update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.